Yo, is D.Arthur in the building. Talking to you guys today about how your sexual aura will implode on semen retention, making you more attractive to anybody you want to be attracted to. Now, how will your sexual aura implode on semen retention? Now, first of all, what is a sexual aura? Your sexual aura is the invisible energy that you kind of give off when you're just going about your normal day. Your vibe, your aura, what makes you you. It will implode. It will skyrocket, meaning like it'll be very, very noticeable how you're kind of like vibrating at a very, very, very high sort of ceiling. Like if there was a scale of 1 to 10 of your sexual aura will exceed 10. It'll be over 9,000. It's very, very captivating and intriguing to the opposite sex. And the more intriguing this becomes, the more attractive you become in general. A lot of women are really, 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 really into guys who can give off that really masculine frame, that masculine energy, that very, very high energy. A lot of the difference is when you relapse, it's like you give off this very dull kind of feeling, this feeling that you're not really comfortable in your own skin. You're kind of just existing. You're not really thriving. You're going through the motions, but it's not really working out. You're just trying to get through certain things so you don't get noticed, or you don't become like who you really want to be. When you go on semen retention, your sexual aura implodes and you just become very, very captivating and magnificent to attractive people. Attractive people like attractive people. Like people attract each other. So the more captivating, the more sexual energy that you harness, the more sexual energy that you hold and that you use for your advantage, transmuting that energy into all areas of your life, the more higher status type of women and people in general would just be captivated towards you. They're gonna notice about you. Why does this man seem so very sure of himself? Why does he seem so very confident? Why does he seem like he doesn't give any F's about his life or anyone's life? And this kind of is intriguing, because a man who constantly cares what other people think, constantly is undecisive, constantly looking back, constantly looking both ways, actually caring what people think. And this is a very big turnoff to high status individuals. High status individuals are attracted to people who make up their mind, are definite in what they want, are definite in their purpose, and go and use reckless abandon in all areas of their life to get to where they want to be, disregarding what anybody else thinks of them. Your sexual aura will implode, meaning you will be very, very captivating to women in general. And use this to your advantage. When you harness this, it's one thing to use this to be on semen retention and notice that you're getting looks and blah, blah, blah. But once you notice those choosing signals, go for your shot. Use your shot. Go for your shot, because you're using this as your advantage. A man who relapses has no idea, like he doesn't really know what he wants, and he just becomes a really big blob in the universe. He becomes a very insignificant being. But a man who can harness his sexual energy and transmutate that energy into areas of his life, he will be top 5% in any social setting that he wants. He will get what he wants. There's an exact science to this. The more you harness your sexual energy, the more you are grinding and you're purposeful, the more you will get what you want. This is cause and effect. There's a cause and effect to all things in life. The more you become who you really want to be, the world has no choice but to give you situations and circumstances that match that vibe that you're giving off. So let's, for an example, if you want to be top-notch, if you want to be a top-notch business professional and you want to have a humongous, let's say, business, and you want to be, let's see, financially free and all those good things, be that now. Act like that you're that person right now. And what will happen is eventually, once you actually mean it, because there's one thing where you can say you want this, you can say you want that, but if your actions are not matching up to what you say you want, then you know that you're living a lie. And if you're living a lie, you're not going to get what you want. If you're living a false lie, then you're not going to get what you want. You have to be very, very purposeful, and you have to have an idea of what you want. And you have to act as if that person that that you want to be is already happening. If they call it a dream, then it's false. When someone uses the terms dream for like their ideal life, then it's a finesse, because you can't attract your dreams if you think it's a dream. Otherwise you'll think it's not real. You have to make sure that the high quality life that you want is capable and you're already living it in sort of a sense, acting as if that high status individual that you're becoming is already you. Trust me. And if you want, let's say, a high status woman in your life, you want high status situations, be around high status people, act high status right now and watch what happens. Eventually you'll start seeing opportunities match up to the aura that you're giving off, and how people magnetically are drawn to you like a magnet, and how you just become a tower signal of high status people. But the thing is, you have to remain on semen retention, and you have to give off that idea of carefreeness and non-neediness. This is the number one thing, because if you give off the idea that, hey, none of this shit works and you're doing it in vain and you're literally just doing stuff just to do it, then what's the point of you doing it? There has to be a why behind every single thing you're doing. And once that why is established, you will see fruits of your labor in due time and divine timing. But the worst mistake a lot of people make is that they do all the quote unquote things that you're supposed to do, like working out, reading, blah blah blah, but they're doing it in vain. They're actually doing it to compete with other people, which is crazy. If you're doing things to compete with other people and to show off to other people, then just stop doing it, because you have to do it because there's a core desire in you. There's a core desire of you actually wanting to become better, and not to show off in front of other people, but to show off for your future self, to clap for your future self, to say, hey, I did what I had to do and now look at me. That's what anybody should be doing. Anybody who's sort of on their purpose should be aspiring for. But the people who like to constantly knock other people off, put other people down, put people in their place, there's no point into that. The person who's consistently on his grind, consistently doing things that he needs to do, and is consistently doing it out of a genuine reason because he wants to become better, is a person that will win eventually. Because the person who does it for other people's validation is digging his own grave, and no one will ever validate you that much, because in reality, nobody really cares about you that much except for yourself and, let's say, your parents and the Most High. In reality, nobody cares. Nobody has their radar on you that much. So make sure you're doing things for yourself. For yourself, not for anybody else, but for yourself, so you can genuinely have a better life. And your sexual aura, your sexual magnetism will implode while you're on semen retention, and use that to your advantage and not for anything else. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the comments. Keep liking it up. Share this video and comment, and peace out.